Oh, wonderful. You're gracing us with your presence again. Did you forget something? Perhaps a crucial element of entertainment from last week's podcast. Clearly, the last guest was such a smash hit that we immediately promoted her to banned from even being mentioned in the same breath as the Royal Corgis' food dish. You know, the one they don't even use anymore.
Hey, old guys can be cute too.
Yeah, I know.
And get this, Karen's taking a personal day, which means Mikey's in charge. Picture a baby giraffe trying to solve a Rubik's Cube during a thunderstorm. Of course, while wearing roller skates. Yeah, it's going to be that level of smooth. Honestly, I'm already grabbing the popcorn. This is going to be spectacularly awful. Let's watch the disaster unfold, shall we?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Loose Ends with Mikey. It's just me here right now.
Ow! Karen, go easy down here.
Well, get up.
I don't see your hook.
And he's here in my house tonight. How's your head?
That actually hurt.
That'll teach you
That
for
wasn't
going
even
down that way.
intentional. Almost got trapped between your legs.
Oh, God, no.
It's like my worst nightmare.
Oh, it's yours. Anyway, hello, everyone. Hi, Mikey. So it's just us tonight.
Yeah, so we are here. I walked over to Karen's house because I live just over there. I always point that she lives there, but she's on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a ride over tonight.
Well, yeah. Well, you had some things you needed to bring over.
I had some things. Got some Nova Scotia trip stuff that I dropped off.
Yes,
Can't
absolutely.
show you anything.
Nope.
Yep. So,
but it is the two of us tonight. We figured we've been doing this since the beginning of January, right?
Yes.
So it's been a good few months, and we thought we would come back online, just the two of us, and do like a question and answer, get to know us a little bit more.
yeah. And if we don't know the answer,
he'll know the answer.
We literally can fake it so good.
So there's a lot of stuff that's going on around here too, that we wanted to chit chat about, and I loved. You know what? I really loved that last week she mentioned it was like an open studio, and
I never thought of that.
I love that.
Yeah, she's with us tonight too.
Is she?
Yeah.
Is she
Lisa,
there?
yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah.
There she is. Hi, Lisa. Yeah. So, we really got us thinking last week, Lisa, and it's true. So I thought, instead of having another guest right away, we would kind of wrap it up and see how things are going, see if this is something that you would still like to see in its current format, or if there's anything else you'd like to see us do as well, and just kind of bring it to you and have this loose end. We're going to tie up some loose ends tonight.
Christ. So Karen's background, she used to work in the creative field with me. That's how I know her. So if the host in her comes out right now, that's because this is her. That was her thing.
It's me.
Yeah.
Totally. And there's some people who join us on here that knew me 20 years ago when I was doing stuff in creative. We met.
Do you kind of miss it though?
Do I miss it? I do miss it, and I don't miss it. I am thoroughly enjoying just doing things with you and not having to worry about that whole business aspect of it for me. But I miss the people.
Yeah.
I miss the people. But yeah, I used to love, people when I was doing my things back in the day, when I was doing YouTube, and it's like, they would hear my voice and hear my laugh, and they'd come, is that you, Karen? Let me see your hands.
You're so bloody loud.
Yeah, fuck off. Oh. This is not meant for children anyway. But Michael, behave. So, it's one of those things where I do miss it, but I love being next door to you because
I did miss the creative. I did not miss the prep. The prep was like months and months and months, and you get there and it's like an orgasm. And once you're there, it's done. And then you're left feeling empty at the end. Do you not? Like it's so overwhelming with.
So what he's talking about right now is the show circuit.
Yeah,
the show circuit.
Because 30,000 people in one weekend is
it's a lot of people.
And then you go from that back to your home by yourself.
I literally and my daughter was really young when I first started doing that and everything too. And she knew you don't talk to mama after a show. That poor thing one time was so sick. She went to school, didn't say a word. She got up, she went to school, and I got a call from her school, like at around, a couple hours later, saying, Karen, could you come and get your daughter? And I'm like, yeah, everything okay? And then, well, she's puking up everything in the bathrooms right now. But what's so funny is she did not want us to call you. No, Mama just had a show, and you don't call her. She needs her rest.
You're a horrible parent.
I felt so bad. The kid had a fever of like 102 and was puking, and I didn't notice. But anyway, maybe I am a bad parent. No, but it was so sweet. You just know, like you totally, because you extrovert so much.
Yes.
And then you come home and you just have to de-people.
Yeah, absolutely. I always felt like I actually after a crochet cruise, I go into this depressive state, because you go from like being with people for a week, in our case could be 2 weeks in a row, 3 weeks, and to nothing. And it's like, you get that, you get used to seeing people, but the one thing I hated about Creative Festival, if I had to go pee, I could not get to the bathroom without somebody jumping and Mikey, I'm so happy to see you. I was like, fuck, I gotta go pee.
Hey,
so
now
hard.
You said that.
Oh, but I had to, Karen. As I get out of my way. So I had to figure out how to get to the bathroom on the other side of the show floor behind the curtains.
Oh, I know. You run between the behind the curtains.
Totally.
Oh, I know. I remember when I was at another show in the United States, because I used to travel. I used to write for the Creative Scrapbooker magazine. So anybody who scrapbooks or is into paper crafts, they may know that when they're very popular within North America. And we used to do stamp and scrap expos and all kinds of things. And I would do my personal appearances and do make and takes at the booth, and sign their magazines. That was weird.
How do you feel? I feel so awkward with autographs.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
You smile and say, I'm so glad you enjoyed my articles. You enjoy what I do. I feel like
it's a weird experience.
It is.
It is, because you go from nothing to somebody wants your name on something.
Yeah.
So what's the weirdest thing you ever signed?
The weirdest thing I ever signed. Nothing too I've signed a lot of magazines. I've signed some craft bags. I haven't signed a chest or anything. That's just rude.
Oh, I did.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I totally. I signed a boob.
You signed a ball of yarn ball.
Yarn ball wrappers. Yeah. Yes. Crochet hooks.
Yes.
And I did somebody's bra.
Good. See, I don't have that.
I don't understand why you want a gay man to sign your bra.
My favorite part was
because I don't want to know what's behind it.
My favorite part in signing one, though, is I went on course to learn how to sail for my job, right, with the Canadian Armed Forces, and I work with the cadet program there, if you don't already know, and so I was going on my training course in Shearwater, Nova Scotia, and one of the directing staff and one of the instructors was like, I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, nope. In fact, I was living in Ontario at the time. I wasn't even living here. And I said, no, I'm not from here. You don't know me. And then it came out that she was a stamper. And I went, oh.
You just can't get away from it.
And she's like, you're that Karen Ellis. And the next day she brought in a magazine. Her husband laughed and says, he said, like, I'm surprised she didn't take her entire collection. Does it make you sign them all?
Wow.
And I signed it out on the boat in the middle of the Halifax Harbor. And we did a whole photo shoot out there with her.
But you know what's funny though? The autograph stuff only really happens in the United States. It doesn't really happen.
No,
here.
We don't look on.
It's a different culture.
Yeah, there's a lot of more of a celebrity culture in the United States than there is here. Yeah. Most definitely. But yeah, it's interesting, and but it's all good. We all appreciate each other, but it's just fun. But yeah, look at that.
Who would have thought? So if you have any questions for us, we are watching the screen and we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we're just kind of
keeping an eye to see if you can throw us off track onto a different topic if you want to.
But speaking of magazines, people would have seen your post today, and you have been noticing that.
So I have started a new column with I Like Crochet magazine.
Yeah.
Really kind of, oh God, Karen, it's so hard to write for.
Tell me about it.
Oh.
I wrote for a magazine for 10 years.
You gotta like be polite and stuff.
You have to be polite.
Like I can literally bang out a blog in like 5 minutes and it comes from the heart, but I feel like a magazine, they want something elevated, and that's really not me. So I really struggle with it, especially they have standards of the way crochet patterns are written that are different from Yarn Inspirations.
Yes.
And I'm like, I feel like it's broken because they want me not to do first row, but they want me to do row one. I know. It is painful.
That's okay.
Shut up. It is.
I get it.
It is painful.
But you're not the editor. It would be the same as if you had an instructor come to one of your events, and by the way, you are going to be kind to me when I send you my instructions for what I do.
Yeah.
You want it a certain way.
I do.
And so,
for sure.
You have to appreciate that. Lauren's asking me if I'm on the Alaska cruise. No, I am not.
No.
But I'll be on the Caribbean ones, both of them.
Yeah. So I didn't think of getting a book to have it signed. I think it's just nice to have an author sign a book that I have.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So people have actually mailed me the book home for me to sign it and then mail it back.
One person had me sign the liner of not the liner that we made with because that wasn't ready when we were in Reno, but inside the bag that they were given, I had to sign it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that was fun.
That's neat.
But it's different.
But our books were actually printed in Winnipeg, Canada, and then shipped down to Chicago. So people were hoping that they could buy like a book already pre-signed, but then it was hard of COVID and flying was a nightmare. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not flying all the way to Winnipeg just to sign some books.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Winnipeg, that's probably the same place that the Creative Scrapbooker is.
It probably is.
Yeah. It's very cool. But anyway, somebody asked what we're working on. You were, before we go on to that, I will say, I did subscribe to that digital magazine.
Oh, yeah.
I followed your link and I subscribed to it. So I'm going to be holding you to it.
It's a quality magazine.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's a small but mighty team that is there. So Caitlin, somebody, Nicole, and one other person. There's only 3 of them. Because really in today's era, they can work with all the designers at a hub, right? And just like get all this stuff together. So, yeah. So anyway, so I was supposed to apparently follow a topic of what they want me to write about. So they gave me a list of stuff, but I thought that was just a suggestion.
Is anybody here surprised about that?
Oh, so I wrote my own. They that wasn't part of our topics, but we'll work with.
Oh my gosh.
Well, something occurred. Actually, you know what? The crochet crowd online inspires me. And I was inspired by somebody's comment, and which then kicked off this whole thought process of like bang out an article. It took me like 2 hours to write the damn thing.
2 hours?
3 paragraphs.
Oh. Did you use
long
AI?
paragraphs?
You better not have used AI. I'll be very mad at you.
No, I didn't.
Good. I'm glad. Did you say?
No, you don't really want to use AI.
No, it needs to be your voice.
It needs to be my voice.
Yeah.
But it's very good at being sarcastic.
Subscribing is next on my list. Excellent, Lauren. They want to know how we became friends. The story, well, we sort of touched on it already, was we met each other at we were both part of a craft and hobby association and did different shows together and different
She was
sales.
at the dinner table. So we got invited by Westcott Scissors.
Yes.
And she was at the dinner table at a restaurant. So we hadn't met her before that, but it's Karen, she's loud and she likes to talk, and it just became instant. The nice thing about our friendship, which I haven't really said much to you about that, but I love our friendship because you don't need anything from me. And you don't need anything from me. It just works. Yep. It's a good balance.
We just are there for each other.
Yeah. And she doesn't call me every 5 minutes. Thank God.
We both need our space, Michael,
and
that's why we get along. We're actually pretty similar in many ways in that anyway. We're both creatives. We both need to have that separation. We like to do things together, but we also just need our time
And we can craft at this table and not talk to each other.
No, not
and
at all.
not because it's mean stuff. It's just
No.
when you have a secure friendship and you don't have to fill the air with crap.
That's right.
Like you can just let time go, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. Can you post? Thank you. I see Wendy posted the link for the magazine in the comments. That's great. And Michael also posted it on Facebook and
Yes.
and on your website too.
It's on the website, yes,
Yeah.
homepage.
So you can find it.
A question is that I know Joann's is not a thing there,
Mhm.
but I know Big Twist is made by Yarn Inspirations Company. Do you have any tea on that? Well, Big Twist is not made by Yarn Inspirations.
Mhm.
I actually did check with that, but I didn't feel like I needed to put an announcement out about that. It is not made by Yarn Inspirations.
Okay.
I don't know where they had it made.
No.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's all I know on that. So there's really no tea. Well, I'm drinking tea, but
I'm drinking. I'm getting my source of vitamin D
mhm,
with my Corona Zero.
mhm. Yeah.
My Corona Zero. Who knew it was my source of vitamin D today?
So, bringing back to the Joann topic.
Mhm.
So, Joann's did not leave here in Canada because it's not been here.
Mhm.
But what happens when a big major retailer like that goes out? Because we have an experience. Well, actually, Zellers went out.
Oh, there's been so many that have gone out over the years, but Zellers was the big one. But yeah, Zellers was the big
And
one.
we sent Target packing within months of coming in.
Target didn't last.
Oh.
Well, because Target Canada was so different than Target USA.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. The Canadians are a different shopper.
We're a different shopper, and we have there's different things. Everything is very different.
Mm-hmm.
The feel is different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we don't have the same selection that the Americans do. But I always remember, remind yourselves that the population of Canada, the entire population of Canada, is about the same as the population of California.
Mm-hmm.
So we may have a bigger landmass country, but our population is we're only 41 million people. That's
Mhm.
California.
And it's just over 1 million people here in Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
So
a million. That's it.
That's it. So, how did you teach yourself to write your own patterns? What tools did you use, if any?
Mhm.
It's just practice. And honestly, you go in a major yarn company and the way they write patterns, just stare at it.
Mhm.
That's how I did it.
Mhm.
How would Yarn Inspirations write this? Because they're writing within a standard of the
Yep.
Craft Yarn Council.
Yep.
And same as Lion Brand and the rest of them. You go and look because you're really not copying
Mhm.
because they're writing within a standard.
That's right.
Right.
Yep.
Now, if you're going to paste and copy shit, then you're going to be on trouble. At least type the words. At
least type the words.
But you can only write chain one, period. One single crochet in each stitch to the end.
Yeah.
That can only be written
One way.
One way. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You're hoping that your local Michaels picks up a selection of Karen 1 pound, the same that Joann's had. I'm not sure. They all have their
They
own.
do have Karen 1 pound
Some of them do.
here, but the choices, I think there's 6 colors.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not a thing here.
Yeah.
So that's more Americanized than anything. But you can always go on yarninspirations.com
And order it.
because it is
Absolutely.
sitting in the Yarn Inspirations warehouse
Yep.
in Ontario.
Yes. Now buying, we're now buying her without physically seeing it. Typically.
So the way that I see it is that if I trust the brand, I'm willing to buy a ball if I'm getting something else anyway, just to
Mhm.
look at it.
Mhm.
And if it's not something I love, you got friends like Kelly Ann's here. Kelly's my friend, or Kelly Ray. She's my friend from group.
Yeah,
From group. And so it's not hard to pass her yarn I don't love.
For those who don't know, group, it's the
Yeah.
Wednesday night stitch group that meets here locally at the Michaels store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So years ago, I think it's Karen didn't pile. So over the years, technology changes with how yarn is made in the processes and the chemical balance, because acrylic yarn is a chemical-based product.
Mhm.
It's made from petroleum.
Mhm.
So how those change over the years is really quite questionable. There was a brand that I really absolutely hated. It was Bernat Holiday. Did you ever try that?
Holiday, no.
Oh my God.
Tell me, why was it so bad?
If the filament that was in it was so sharp that it would cut your fingers.
Oh,
Yeah, it was horrible. So Yarn Inspirations then asked me back in 2016, says, can you please use this yarn on camera? And I said,
no.
Uh,
Do you
yeah.
want me screaming?
yeah. But they said, no, try it because and I got it and it was so soft. And I'm like, what happened? And they said, we changed the formula of the acrylic and the filament that makes it shine now is like fabric.
Oh.
It's no longer a wire. And it's like, and so things change over time.
Yeah.
And sometimes for the good and sometimes not so bad. So we went shopping together with glasses.
Yeah. And somebody just said something about our glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
go shop together.
We do. We shop together.
Yeah.
And these are different than his, whether he likes it or not. He thought I was trying to copy him.
They kind of had the same shape, but yeah.
Well, sort of, but they're different.
Yeah.
They're different.
So Kelly says that would be yarn that you would gift your enemies. Okay. So Yarn Inspirations has a great selection of yarn, but the shipping I feel is a bit pricey. But I ordered Karen 1 pound and it arrived next week, and I'm really excited about it.
Excellent.
So unfortunately, the shipping cost is something beyond what Yarn Inspirations can handle because it is what it is. It's from the courier. They use a courier company. They use UPS for their deliveries or Pure Later. So they actually use a real courier.
Well, that's here in Canada. I don't know what it is in the States.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think they're using courier for that. So you are paying for that versus going in the mailbox. But because they were doing the mailbox stuff for Canada Post, and it was like 6 weeks. This is back years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, I even forgot what I'm doing with the damn thing.
Lord.
Yeah.
It's UPS in the United States as well.
So they're using a courier. So yes, the shipping is reflective of going courier services, but I think courier keeps track of the products better.
Oh,
it's probably why they're using it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know why, but
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Someone mentioned the Momoas.
Oh, okay.
We brought them. We have them here.
So we're gonna do a Momoa off.
A Momoa off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah. So
here's yours.
So okay.
I'm gonna get off camera and go get mine.
So she decides that she sees, what was it, Jason Momoa and something black. What's his name? Jack Black. They were doing Momoas on a TV show. Now they alluded to that they made it. Momoa did. So I didn't know that he didn't until Karen said.
I think there was a pattern that they got from somebody.
Yeah.
But anyway, hi. Okay, here's mine.
So she used Red Heart Biddy stripes for hers.
Yep.
And I did it old style where I bought Karen big cakes and I cut up the yarn so that I grouped the colors together. And so then it's got a plan, but then I did not let the yarn transition on its own.
Where I just let it be.
Where she just let it go natural. So
I also added more to the length of mine.
Yeah. Yeah. So we both finished these we started on the weekend and we both finished on the weekend.
Yep.
So yeah.
And I finished my edges.
So mine, I just kept it. No, you finished.
I finished all my edges.
I ran out of yarn.
Well,
but then looking at it, like I like wearing a sweater when I work, and so, but I don't necessarily want my wrists.
Well, I just lengthened it. I didn't change the width. And
I like how both sides are slightly different from each other. So it's consistent until it gets to here on both sides, and then it changes.
Well, if you can see the colors are a little different.
Yeah.
There you go. How many balls, Karen? It was 2.5 for me, only because
Really? That's it?
That's it.
Oh my God.
2.5. Yeah, 2.5 because I extended it and I trimmed it all.
Shit, that's pretty good.
It was great.
2.5. That's pretty good.
2.5 biddies.
She accidentally pushed extra. She ordered like 12 balls of it on Yarn Inspirations by accident.
Yeah, so I'm doing my cruise homework with it too.
Nice.
Yeah, and I might, and yeah, I'll be doing it. I have lots, but right now I'm thinking right now I'm designing earrings.
Fun.
For Pride. I'm going to be in Toronto for.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's a nut house. I haven't been to Pride since early 2000s.
Yeah.
I went to a water gun party though. Yeah, I was the only guy without muscles.
Well, I'm going to watch the Tiger Cats, my football team. I'm going to play. I'm going to their game on the 27th of June, and that's the weekend of Toronto Pride. So, and I'm going with a couple of our GKs.
Oh, are you really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because Cindy and I are going to the game.
Oh, fun.
So it'll be So I'm making.
So you got to at least bring the whistles and all of that stuff. Are you watching the parade itself?
I'm hoping to.
Wow.
I'm not leaving till Monday.
Oh my God, the weekend that I was there is the last time I ever went. The people were falling like flies because it was so hot.
Well, which is why I'm making earrings and not something to wear.
Well, sweetie, people in the parade are barely wearing anything as they
Well,
walk by.
I'm sorry, but this body is going covered.
I said to one of my friends, because one of my friends had the mission to meet up with somebody and have a gay old time.
Have a gay old
Anyway,
time.
he did not have a gay old time, and I said, you got to be confirmed ugly. If there's 1 million people and you still didn't find anybody,
confirmed ugly. Oh my Lord! Somebody just asked us to show the backs.
Oh.
Hold up. Show our backs.
Yeah.
There's mine.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, your camera's a little blurry, but that's okay.
It's my camera's like, I don't
I'm
understand.
like that statue in Rio. Yeah. Oh my God, full figure and moves to go with it.
I'm gonna take that because it's warm.
It is warm.
But anyway, so
Ever try ribbon yarn? I've tried ribbon yarn. I didn't love it. I don't have a purpose for the ribbon yarn.
No.
I think it's
Ribbon yarn.
Yeah, one of the yarn companies, Wasn't Yarn Inspirations, it gave me it. I'm like, what do I do with this crap? Like, because I'm a blanket kind of guy.
I know, but I'm trying to get you into other things.
I know. It's kind of pointless.
Why is it pointless?
Oh, because I like making blankets.
I will make blankets
and I don't need
too.
to make a blanket. I just am.
But then you see, I love like what I'm doing right now. Like I find something that I'm doing, and then I'm like, oh, what can I make?
Mm-hmm.
And I always do that.
Yeah.
What can I make?
I'm not like that.
I always like to make things when I go out. So I have a lot of little crafty things.
Like Wednesdays are the worst
Why?
because I have to go to group and make something. I'm like, oh my God.
I have to go to group.
I know.
Sounds so bad. Sorry, it sounds
We
so
have the
bad.
best stitching group. Actually, Sarah Zimmerman got a hold of me today.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said there's a group and she goes, we need to sign up for that. And like, you haven't been in my group. The only thing is different about my group is that we're not drinking, but we're just as bad. We're really bad.
Yep.
We can't film in my group.
No, you can't.
No, we certainly can't.
Nope.
No, the girls are so bad.
Yeah, especially that Kelly that's up there, right?
Kelly there. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She's got her little puns. Yeah. Did you redo the modern granny pattern? Yes, I did. And it's got to change in the way that it starts and stops so that it's more consistent. So so both the rectangle and the square got to redo. Some new photography and stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. So.
Well, there you be.
Yeah. So, So the group always asks me, what am I making? And I say, crap. It's my natural word. I'm making crap. I'm making something I don't need.
I was gonna say that's your go-to for everything. What are you doing? Making something I don't need. What are you doing? Buying crap I don't need.
Oh, I was thinking. I went to a crochet show, and so I'm trying to be a little Miss Goody Two Shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know how well that's gonna last.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I'm like sitting there, and let's just hold hands and sing Kumbaya. Shit. I'm like. Anyway, I was holding it together for like 2 hours.
Yes.
And so Daniel comes up to me and he's got garbage in his hand. He goes, where do I put this? And I said, up your ass. And I'm like, oh, I'm not at home. And suddenly it was game over.
It was game over.
It was like, oh God. Yeah.
That's not good. Is Kelly the friend with the scissors?
Yes, she's the one that cuts off nuts. She's the ball breaker. Is that the woman from Porky's, Madam Ballbreaker?
I don't remember that part.
Wasn't that her name?
I just remember the movie very vaguely. It was not one of
that
my.
That was so bad.
It was not one of my. I don't know if they were Americans even know. It's a Canadian movie.
What? Porky's is?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I'm sure it is.
No, it's not. They had American accents.
Google.
Are you serious?
Well, I know it's a Canadian.
Canadians are that raunchy? I thought we were little.
Is Porky's a Canadian movie?
According to the Canadian Encyclopedia,
It was financed in Canada. Qualifies as a Canadian film. I'm like, it's a Canadian film.
Canadians finance that crap?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, go figure. Right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my whole world is just flashing between. That's so interesting. I
Oh,
didn't
there
think
you go.
Canadians were that capable of that kind of
It's
raunch.
and for those of you who don't know, it is an extremely raunchy movie that no one should watch ever.
Yeah. Don't put your kids in front of the TV.
Gosh, don't put yourself in front of the TV.
Have you seen The Righteous Gemstones this season?
No.
It is so bad. I didn't even know the purpose of it. It is so. Anybody watching The Righteous Gemstones? Oh my God, this season is a write-off.
Not watching.
Yeah, it's just every episode is like that should never have been on TV.
All right then.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know what else is going on over in the studio.
nothing much. Reno. Do we have Reno 2026? I don't know. Things are up in the air right now with everything going on with that stuff. I don't really want to get into that conversation. It's difficult to plan a United States thing at this time, and it's not a Canadian thing.
No,
it's everything to do with finances and food services.
Yeah.
Because the food pricing is fluctuating with the tariffs.
Yeah.
And so we can't nail down a ticket price because the food is this price today, but it might be a different price next month. And they said, well, if we raise the price, you're going to have to get more ticket sales to up the price. And I don't want to sell tickets and then come back and say, by the way, you need to cough up a couple $100 more.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, it's impossible to plan.
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah,
impossible.
there's
So
just so much flux right now.
the hotel put a clause in that's going to be the thing. And I'm like, there's no way we can book that. No way. So even Americans probably couldn't book that.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna impact a lot of people.
Yeah. So I did make sure the crochet cruises for both of the cruises. So for this year and next year, the prices are locked.
Yeah, well,
So
because
and it's a cruise line; they can do whatever they need to do. But
Yeah, no,
but
they've
for
locked
everything
in
else
prices.
is not so much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Vancouver, BC.
Yeah. So yeah, Marcia says some guy was naked water skiing. Yes, that's the Righteous Gemstones. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what kind of knitting items would you like to see? Oh, I don't know. That's not directed at us.
Yeah. That's. I was going to say that was for Elvira.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my gosh, I love that they're all doing it. So, with this loose ends with Mikey.
We are looking for guests. So if you are interested
Always,
to be
yeah,
a guest, we are looking. She's the one that vets you. So you are a complete surprise to me when you come on camera, which is exactly because I don't want to hear your story twice. I want to hear it once because the reaction won't be the same.
No, it's true.
It's just I know myself.
Well, as I said, the same thing. Like, I don't want to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah, like
'Cause-
I'll zone out saying I've heard that story before, and I'll be watching comments, and my eyes will be going everywhere.
Yeah.
But I really like to engage with the guests.
Yeah.
And kind of learn.
Yep.
Did I ever tell you about Denise, my friend from, I think she's from North Carolina or South Carolina. Anyway, her man looks like he's 12 years old, and he's like, he's retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quite a good looking guy, but they're both in a senior facility.
And he looks like he's 12 years old.
Oh yeah, he's very yummy. And anyway, the women go there and they cut off her oxygen. Yeah, snip it with the scissors.
No. Trying to get rid of the wife?
Yes, because she's on oxygen.
Oh,
Yeah. And so he says, yeah, they're all angels until they pull out the ammunition.
God. Oh my God. Well,
And
I'm
anyway,
trying to
I'm
find
like,
the end
you
of
were
this.
kidding me. And she goes, yeah. She said, but they don't wait long enough before I'm not breathing before they call 911.
She please.
Yeah. But my mother said the same thing about her place.
Really?
Yeah. There's something about the senior facilities. You think we're bad.
Well, I'm not bad.
Yeah.
Not for that.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Hence this particular flag.
Yeah. Well, they were accusing my mother of stealing the puzzle pieces from the community room.
Yeah.
So my mother wasn't stealing them, but she got so tired of being accused, she went down and took a piece out of every fucking puzzle. She says, if I'm going to get accused of it, I might as well take one. So she did that, took it back to her room and threw it in the garbage.
Well, now we know where you get it from. Somebody was asking how long Wendy's been with the team.
Wendy, how long have you been with us? It's years for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, Jeannie recruited her.
Yeah.
I don't know, Wendy. It's been years. Well, has it been over 5?
Well,
It's been a
she'll
long
tell you in a
time.
minute. How long, Jeannie?
She-
Oh, sorry, Wendy.
One of the
You just said
one of the
Jeannie, that's
biggest
why.
downfalls for Wendy is that she never forgets anything. So there is so much trash in her head that she doesn't forget nothing.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Study of texture was your first team member stitch.
Oh my God, that's 2016, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's been a long time.
It has.
So yeah, so she remembers everything. So somebody that's done us dirty, she remembers. Yeah.
Tiffany, do we need special lighting? No, we don't need special lighting. We just need to be able to see you. Somebody was saying they'd like to see some of the former retreaters join us on Loose Ends as well. Up until now, I really haven't been reaching out to those I know you know.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason is because you want to get to know people that you haven't spoken to yet before.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you haven't heard from me and you know that I know who you are, that's why. It's not because I'm not ignoring you, trust me. And you're definitely on my radar. It's one of those things where I'm trying to fit in guests so that they kind of work well together and it's not the same kind of conversation week after week. So that's one of the things. So I would like to do that. But how are you feeling about all that? You want to talk to some of those people?
Well, if they were fun at the retreat, for sure. Now, if you sick me with somebody, I'm like, oh my God. Somebody asked if Wendy's ever going to be a guest on the show. I think the answer is no to that because I have had more video conferences with her. I'm staring at her ceiling fan. Michael, my hair's not done. My face is a mess. I'm not wearing the right
Wendy,
outfit.
you're being outed.
So I've had really good relationship with her ceiling fan in her office.
Somebody, Irene is from Hamilton, Ontario. Yay, go Ticats.
Yep.
That's why I'm going to the area. I'm
Yep.
going to be in Hamilton to watch the Tiger Cats. And so that's awesome. And then is there a yarn made in Canada that I'll let you go on with that because I kind of know the answer, but
Oh, you do?
yes, because I hear you talk about it.
Yeah.
I listen to you.
Yarn. How do I say this? It is made in Canada,
Yes.
but the raw ingredients take the world's shopping basket in order to make it.
Yes.
So a country will make the acrylic, which is a chemical process, and then it will go to another country to be processed.
Yeah.
So you literally got the dyeing to the spinning, and then by the time it comes here to Canada, it's all in a bale. And then at the Yarnspirations factory, it's taken from the bale, then it's combed and it's robed and it's spun and it's balled up. The cotton yarn is grown in the United States and then shipped to Canada for dyeing in the dye house, balled up, packaged, and then shipped back. So it's back and forth with those kind of things. So the Lily Sugar and Cream, Bernat Handicrafter, Peaches and Cream is all a U.S. material, but shipped to Canada for that because the company is on dual, right? So acrylic, I do not think is made in the acrylic material itself. I don't think is Canadian made at all.
Is it North American? I don't think it is.
No,
That's my point. Yeah.
No, because it's a toxic process. Have you seen how it's done?
I've seen videos that you've posted over the years that have shown like factory stuff, but I don't think I've ever seen the acrylic process.
It's fascinating. So think about water and vinegar. You know how they don't match or they don't mix?
Oil and vinegar.
Oil and vinegar.
Yeah.
So one chemical is sitting below and they add another chemical to the top and they have a tweezer that starts and they pull. And when it comes together in that pull, that's what forms the acrylic when it comes out.
Oh, really?
So they keep adding the two chemicals that always stay opposite to each other, but when they pull, it mixes together and instantly turns into acrylic. It's like trying to pull a spaghetti strand out of a thing. And so once it starts, it's endless. So acrylic is completely endless in that fashion. But where it does turn into cuts is when it goes into the spinning process because it's not unlimited. But acrylic can go on forever.
Interesting. Interesting. And do they spool it then?
Yes.
And they ship it?
Yeah.
Look at me
Well,
with
they bale it together, so it's in these big long tube kind of formations because they can constantly pull. So it's just each one is a really small fiber. So this here This is acrylic.
Mhm.
This is acrylic,
Mhm.
but it's just like there's 4 plies that actually make that. But when this is in the factory, this looks like thread, like
Mhm.
sewing thread
Mhm. Mhm.
during the process. But this has all been done through pulling through the chemical. I have never seen a video on it.
So
I just know it.
So when it says 4 medium, does that mean
It's
you
the-
guys know that? Does
it's
that
the-
mean that there's 4 strands of acrylic?
No,
Oh, well, I
It's-
was trying, guys.
it's the thickness.
That's what I meant.
So,
like,
and this is the
4
thing is that because we're a global, Australians don't realize that when they say that there's it's a 10 ply or 4 ply, it makes no difference because our plies are not regulated by the thickness of the ply. So this could be 10 ply, it could be 8, or it could be 4 in this case, but it's the thickness of the overall strand that gives it the rating of 0 through 7.
because okay, and there must be a gauge or something
Mhm.
with it, because not just for the 3, the 4, the 5, the whatever, because I've seen some 4s rated on the that are thinner than others.
Yes.
or more tightly wound.
It's
maybe.
it's the number of stitches per inch that the yarn is capable of making.
Oh,
That's how it gets its 0 to 7.
okay.
But also they do testing at the factory with micrometers for the thickness of the plies and stuff.
Yeah.
Because once it goes through the steam, it turns into this. But before it turns this, it is like so thin.
Mhm.
It's a heavy duty steam. So when people vacuum seal their
you said
yarn,
that before.
they ruin their yarn because it's taking the steam to blow it to that. And so you're never going to get it back.
I'm trying to do this tightly, and it's really driving me crazy.
So anyway, let's see if there's any more questions behind the scenes.
Wraps per inch determines the weight.
When do they dye it? So they dye it in 2 ways. They can either dye it when they dye the acrylic itself before it even gets over to North
Mhm.
America. So it's all color coded and stuff and done and shipped over. So it can be done overseas,
Mhm.
or if it's not the right color and it comes over as white, they can be dyed here in the factory.
Mhm.
The red takes 7 days of it sitting in the chemical to take to it.
Red is the hardest
Mhm.
dye in any
Yeah,
form,
yeah.
whether it's your hair or clothing, or it's the hardest one to do.
Yeah. So basically, once they decide they're going to do red,
Mhm.
then literally the equipment that is designated for that is off limits for 7 days. So they have to really determine what their dye is going to be. And if it doesn't hit the right color, then it goes as what's called as mill ends. Have you seen that?
Mhm. I have.
So
I bought some.
It's not shit yarn. It's
No.
just yarn that just didn't get right to the right color dye.
Which is fine. I bought some mill-ins from cotton mill-ins.
Mhm.
There was another question with regards to an H. I see a pattern using bulky yarn, but it says to use an H hook. Why? Any idea?
It's because the designer wants you to have more stiffness
That's kind of
to it as well. It's like when you make a basket and you're using Bernat blanket yarn that is normally an 8mm size all crochet hook. But if you want a basket, then you're going to want to do a 6mm or 5.5mm 6mm, which is
It's kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm using a small hook with.
I or J. So that because the smaller the hook, the more stronger that it will make the overall fabric at the end.
Mhm.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite hook size? Because you don't crochet that often.
I love my 5.5.
Yeah.
I love my.
Oh my
5.5.
God, I got my Big Mac Daddies today.
You did?
Yeah, my big hooks. I didn't even
You
take
didn't-
a photo.
Oh.
I didn't even know those. You know the nice hooks that I have.
Yes.
They make them in bigger sizes.
And like, did you get
the Big Mac Daddies.
Mac down?
Yeah.
So what are you going
Anyway.
to crochet with that?
Well, it means that I don't have to switch over to Clover or another brand that I'm not used to holding,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can speed along because it's the same shape. It's just a lot thicker,
Mm-hmm.
and I can handle thick things in my hands. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm gifted.
Oh my God.
Are they metal in the larger hooks? Yes, they are metal.
I'm sure
Yeah.
because they wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
take the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the brand the brand you found on Amazon. So it's just an Amazon generic, but I believe, and it's been a discussion for years, it looks like the home brand of Hobby Lobby, but it's not. It's just a generic because I think they get it from the same company.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of that happens.
So can you get them as a single opposed to sets? Absolutely. You can buy them, but it's $15 Canadian for a whole set of 9 hooks. Like how much cheaper do you want them?
Honestly.
And you get free shipping sometimes. So I have like 20 sets of those at home. They're in my yarn room because I don't go anywhere and I lose these damn hooks. I think every couch and every chair has a hook buried somewhere.
I'm the same way. Oh my God, it is so bad.
Mhm.
I have, so that's why I have 3 of my 5.5.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then my hooks get gungy too.
Yeah.
I don't have the cleanest fingers. Stop it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like who just has one crochet hook? And if you just have one, you can leave the broadcast right now
No.
because that's amateur. That's so pedestrian.
So pedestrian.
Because if you lose a hook, you're screwed. Where you need to have at least 5-6 sets.
Yes.
Because you leave one in a safe spot, which you can't remember where it is. So you have to leave one in another safe spot, and eventually you'll find the safe spot somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. So Wendy says my mind's pretty dirty too.
You think?
Please.
I think everybody here knows that.
Oh, that's why they're tuning in.
I know they're waiting to see what you're gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can never have enough hooks.
Yeah.
I just organized my crochet corner and found 5 hooks buried. That would be me in the couch.
Actually, it reminds me of Bruce and Megan.
Yeah.
Those two have so many knitting needles because they get so many work in progress, but you can't take it off the hook.
The hook,
off the needles.
That makes sense.
So by the time they go through the thing, they realize they have enough hooks to stock a yarn store.
Probably.
Yeah.
I have about 70 hooks around my house.
Oh, now Angela, you're just bragging now. She's just making us look bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Angela.
Yeah. So Wendy apparently is the only wholesome one on the team. Oh my God.
Don't let that sweet texting fool you.
Is that what you call it?
Sure, we're gonna call it
I
that.
call it passive aggressive.
It's a little passive aggressive. Oh, it's all good.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So what else do you want to hear about? Is there anything else? Oh yes. Anything else you guys want to know about crochet? Now is the time.
Yeah.
Um
So I prefer H or an I.
Which is
crochet
what?
hook. But I don't like doing the eye though. My hook is shit brown. Like, why do they have to make a brown hook?
so tell me what that is in millimeters.
5.5 millimeter size I. It's just because
It's
the
my
hook is
5.5.
brown. It's just brown.
Brown.
Yeah, it's brown.
I
It
do like
inspire.
these
It doesn't
ones.
inspire me
I do like these
because
ones.
my H is a purple hook, and then it's a red hook for 6, but there's a brown right in the middle.
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you remember the shorter ergonomics hooks you used before the current favorites? I have those. So I used to use Tulip in the very beginning,
Mhm.
and then we switched over some generic stuff from Amazon
Mhm.
or from Alibaba, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
From China.
So I'm starting to get into lighter weight yarns. So Yarn Inspirations has a brand new yarn.
They do?
Yeah, it's called Bernat Ombre Twist. It's a
Oh, that was already mentioned. The twist. Yeah.
It's a new one. I haven't seen it. It's being shipped to me, so I can see it. And it's a lightweight 3. So I think the yarn industry has been going so heavy on the bulky
Mhm.
so they're reintroducing it, and I'm really excited about the colorway.
I'm really excited to hear about it too because
Mhm.
I like I love the blanket weight. It's so fast to go through on some things.
Yeah,
But there's
it's not for everything.
not for everything.
But I like the palliative care.
yes.
I think if anything, that gives me the most joy. So what's the hook that you're currently using? That is Yarnology. Is that
Oh, no.
Hookology?
Hookology might be.
It's a Michael's brand.
It's Michael's.
Yeah, I don't like the hook.
I like it. For the same reason that you like yours. I like the way it sits in my hands, and for some reason, my even though it's like it's a plastic acrylic, it's pretty sturdy.
Mhm.
But my sweaty hands don't run all over it. It's
Yeah.
so good
The only thing I don't like about this, I don't feel like it has good orientation for me.
for you. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know for me, I'm speaking for me. I need more of a thumb depression. So,
She's
Yeah.
right. Prim. Prim hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so
the one.
I need more of a thumb imprint for myself so I can look away and watch the TV. Because it's too rounded for me, I will lose orientation of where my head is.
I see. I get that.
Have you gone through the analogy? So it's the head, the throat,
Mhm.
and the shaft.
Yes.
That's real.
No, I believe you.
No, you don't.
I do too.
You do not. You think that I'm a
do.
sexual pervert with crochet hooks.
No, I don't. But I think we need to have that on a shirt. Show me the head. Show me the shaft. Oh, see, we're gonna do that.
We should.
Okay.
Oh, we'll put Kristen's name. Kristen from Washington. We'll put Kristen and Justin. We'll put her name on there from Love Kristen and Justin.
It's all in one.
Yes.
Great head, great.
Yeah, because if your shaft isn't long enough, you really can't do the fun stitches like Catherine Wheel stitch and stuff because the shaft's too short.
Look at that. Oh, we can have so much fun with that.
I know.
Damn,
I know.
look, we get
more
together.
merch ideas.
We get together and we come up with ideas. Just write that one down.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to take it now
What
before.
big yarn trends in yarn have you found over time? What big trends in yarn have I found over time? So right now, it's all about the granny square. That's huge right now. And I think it's going to be at least for a couple more years.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it will die off like it did in the 60s. People are really fascinated. The younger generation has not had that. So our generation, we're almost a little too young for granny square because it was before our time, really.
Well, I wore a heck of a lot of granny square. Oh my God. I had the granny square vest, rocked it in the 70s. Oh my God. I had so many of those. I think
In
my
the
nana-
70s?
Yes.
How is that even possible? We're the same age.
Yeah, I was young.
How do you remember that?
Because I remember the horror and there's photos that I shall not find.
You would have been like 4 or 5 or something.
In the 70s?
Yes.
I was like 6 or 7. Yes. Late 70s. Yes.
What year were you born?
72.
Oh, please.
What do you mean? Oh, please.
I'm just a year older than you. How do you
Younger.
remember that stuff?
You're younger than me.
Yeah, a year. How do you remember that stuff?
Because I do. I don't remember much about my childhood, but I remember the crazy, stupid outfits I had to wear.
So granny square is a big yarn right now.
Yes.
The transitioning yarns are huge. The bitty stripes, Red Heart bitty stripes is massive right now because I think it's got an addictive nature to like, when is it going to be? It's like Cairn Cakes came out and it's like, I want to get to the next color and it's taking you through a stitching journey.
Yeah.
And so I find with there is staple yarns like the Bernat Super Value, which is a Canadian brand. Now that I say that.
Is it a Canadian?
It was.
Is it anymore?
No, it's no longer made in Turkey. But, that's where a lot of the Turkey, the carpeting and everything originates out of, right? Like Afghans called it an Afghan because it was based out of Afghanistan.
Yep.
So, yeah. So anyway, I think the self-striping yarns are going to be a hit forever.
I love them.
Yeah.
I do. It's me with what do you call it? The raw dog. I like to raw dog it. So, oh my God, there's so many t-shirt opportunities.
That's another t-shirt. Raw dogging with the crochet crowd.
I'm a raw dogger.
We just got to put a hole through our logo. Maybe not. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a raw dogger.
Yeah. So, and I have a hard time with that because, as you know, I used to be a car engineer.
Yep.
So left always equals right. So you have a creative eye. You can see her stuff in the background. I don't have the creative eye to do that because she's off balance there. So I love it for creativity, but I can't do it because my mind just goes spinny.
Are you calling me weird?
No, I'm saying you're creative because I don't have that capability of that. I think, it's just, I don't know. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of raw dog t-shirt. Yeah. See, Lauren will get one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Granny Square, 1974 and Corner to Corner in 84. So that's interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've not done a corner to corner anything yet, but
Really?
no.
Oh,
never
wait till you
done
get
it.
hooked on that.
Oh dear Lord.
That's a hooker. That one will get you hooked
Okay.
because it goes really fast and then it slows down. But then once you get to that midpoint, it gets faster and faster to finish.
Okay. I
Right.
believe you. I totally believe you.
Yeah,
That would
that doesn't
probably-
sound convincing to me.
I'm stitching ends. See, I've got my little my rainbow.
What is your least favorite thing to make and why? For both of you to answer. Clothing for me. I do not want to put a tape measure around my tits, or I mean chest. I don't want to know that measurement. It's awful.
For me, do you know what? And this is not going to be a very popular answer for you and your fans.
Well, she said to answer.
I know. I very much dislike blankets with a lot of different colors that you have to like do. Do you remember your very first stitch along package? What was it? The hexagon?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, it got reconverted.
It got reconverted because 10 years later, Karen still couldn't finish it. And why? It's because I couldn't handle all of those changes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't handle all of the texture. I know you're all going to freak out right now because I am very much a texture girl.
Yeah.
And in my painting and everything,
But
I
not
love
in your
it.
yarn.
Well, no, I love it in yarn. But for me to do it, it would drive me insane. I need to have that repetition and then I'm one and done.
So somebody says, seems like Yarn Inspirations is wanting to feature more Bernat yarn that is not the blanket yarn lately. And the reason for that is because they make 3,000 different types of yarn balls in color, like not balls, but I think there's 75 brands. And then they have
that many?
Yeah, and then they have all the colors. There's 3,000 SKUs. So there's 3,000 color options within Yarn Inspirations. So there's more than just Bernat blanket on the market, right?
Yes,
there's so much more.
Yes.
There's actually more yarn coming out that people don't even know about yet.
It's exciting though.
Yep.
I'm glad we're still getting yarn.
But if you go on Yarn Inspirations, I think they might show you new arrivals coming out. They got one that looks like beach towel.
Like a flannel?
No, terry towel.
Sorry, a terry?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, ooh. I wonder if it would break easily though.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have to try it.
Yeah.
First, I'm with you, Mikey and Karen, I believe, honesty. Okay, there you be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why your mosaic blanket's not finished, Shelly. Yeah, it's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much. You can guarantee yourself that I will not be doing a mosaic blanket.
So have I ever worked with Hobby Lobby yarn? Regardless of political, the Hobby Lobby is not here in Canada. So when I used to be a truck driver, I was always, my free day was a Sunday. They were always closed. Yeah. So I've only been into a Hobby Lobby twice in my life because whenever I'm off, it was always the Sunday and they're closed. So I haven't have that opportunity.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And there isn't
so
any
the
here.
answer is no. I have not worked with Hobby Lobby yarn. Yeah.
Yep. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yeah. So advent calendar for me, I have left. Like, I don't know. I would say, I don't know. Did I say it with them? I like making things as I go. I like very much, I'm going to go do something. So therefore I'm going to see what I can make.
Yeah. I'm not like
Which is why I'm making these earrings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we have. So I have the next, so Yarn Inspirations asked me to move my summer stitch along to spring. So the study reality was actually the summer stitch along. So now I have to still make the summer stitch along. So I'm not in panic mode, but I'm in a mode that I need to. Is that
why you were designing today?
I was designing today. And I don't know. So I don't know what it's going to look like because I don't I don't have a plan. I say, what do you need right now in your life to make you more complete? And so I would choose the stitch as I go. So I have no idea. And I'm almost surprised with myself.
But that's pretty cool though. But see, you always say you're not creative or you're not a designer.
Well, I'm not a designer because I don't have an idea. Well, I am a designer to a certain degree, but I don't have I want to take this and make it a sunshiny day kind of concept. That's not
design necessary. Design, like, you think I start a painting and whatever else and
see,
think
look
I know
at this.
where I'm
Look. I don't want to be. See, it's saying I don't want to be earrings. See, so you have to listen to the yarn.
It's saying it's going to be an earring. Wait till I get it done, stupido. I'm going to put it together.
But I like the idea. So I have a plan for the next round of my thing. But I was up almost all night last night thinking,
Were you?
yeah, because I'm like, I just got to do it. I just got to do it. And it's like, and I had it all planned out in my head, what I was going to type in the computer, and I worked on it hours in my sleep.
You pulled a Kevin.
Yeah, it's awful. Just awful. Yeah.
Kevin's my husband who like dreams about coding.
Yeah, it's awful because I was like literally, and the cat, as soon as I move a muscle, the cat has to get on my chest and then lick its ass. I hate that so much. Like, why could you have not done it over there?
I'm sorry.
You
Well,
ever
at
had,
least
you've never had cats.
I've
No,
No.
because that's why she never comes to my house, because she's severely allergic.
Yeah.
But, oh my God, it's like, get the hell out of me.
I know.
I know. And then then it sneezed in my face. So it's been licking its ass, and then it sneezed in my face, and I said, oh, for the love of God. So anyway, I'm going to drive that cat to the pound one day. I'm going to just drop it off at Kelly's house.
Kelly, it's gonna happen one day.
Yeah, totally.
It is so gonna happen
Yeah.
one day.
Oh, Wendy says I'm just jealous because I can't reach my own ass. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
See, she can be dirty too.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
See, the little halo just fell off her head. Actually, that was the ceiling fan.
I just saw Tiffany just posted that your therapist asked her to finish all her work in progresses as part of her ADHD stuff.
Oh,
I'm
fine.
like, that's an interesting thing. I'm with you on that. Although I still would have 5 of them on the go. I have so many things on the go right now. But that's typical.
Somebody says, now that Joanne's gone, where are you going to get the Karen 1 pound? Here's my prediction of the future. I think the future of yarn is moving more online than anything now. Here in Canada, we have very little choice.
Mm-hmm.
And so we order online. It just is that thing for us. I don't think Americans, depending on where they live, are used to that.
No.
So
No.
I think that's going to be a new evolution of purchasing.
Yeah, like it's a very different culture. Americans typically in the United States, like you have 24-hour shopping a lot. We don't have a lot of that here. So you have access to things. You have so many more stores and choice than we have. It
just
here
blows
as well.
my mind when I go to, and then you go and get groceries at like the Walmart and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like all of this for $15.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to like all of this. I'm like, oh, it's $100 and some odd dollars. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I totally understand what you're saying, but I think that's part of it. Like my point is that there's things are a lot more accessible to people in the United States than it is here. So that's not as big of a change for us.
Now Trisha's saying she buys her yarn all the time online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly.
So 24 hours shopping went away with COVID. Interesting.
Not everywhere though, Trish. But
I don't think anything here is open 24 hours.
Well, in our little area?
Yeah, nothing. I think the pharmacy is open until midnight, and that's it.
The one pharmacy.
The one that in the next town.
Yeah, everything else is like 8 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think 10 o'clock is the Shoppers.
Yeah.
Pharmacy. Yeah. But yeah. The one.
Yeah. So anyway, my prediction, I think more people are going to be required to buy online in the future. And does it suck? Yeah, it probably does. But it all depends where you live as well.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's the nature of the beast.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get this done.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think Yarn Inspirations is now shipping 7 days a week too.
Are they?
Yeah, I think they upgraded.
Oh, good, because I know that their sale was so good that
they kick their own ass.
they're like, damn, now we gotta ship it all.
I was like, well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah.
All right. Well,
but if you have opportunity to shop locally, you should.
Mm-hmm.
In our case, it's questionable in some days. The shipping takes forever. Yeah, their last sale they had just kicked them. So anyway, they hired more staff. So if anything, that's a good thing, right? Yeah, but the sales so if the sale sucks, then people are like, oh, the sale sucks. But then when it's good, and then a million people order, it takes forever.
Like, damn, I'm never gonna get my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so we should wrap up. It's time for 9.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like you.
So if you are interested in being a guest on the show, Wendy will provide a link here. You can apply for Karen, and she'll work with you, check your technology and stuff. We may have somebody overseas, I think, in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think so. I've got a preview on that. I don't know who they are, but
we might have to change the timing.
Yeah. So
and
we
that's the
are
reason.
open to that. So if you are in Europe, you don't have to be up this late.
This person is not in Europe.
Oh. I'm just saying that we will adjust the show for you.
Yes.
And because it's live, but it's recorded for the future too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's very good. But thank you all for joining us tonight for our little open studio with the two of us here. You did well.
Oh, I did well.
Well, sometimes you get very nervous about what the heck we're going to talk about.
Yeah, I know.
But we end up finding something.
Yeah, we'll make it up as we go. Right. Yeah.
But we'll see everybody next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Yep.
With a real guest, somebody with a heartbeat.
Yes. Somebody with a heartbeat. It was great to be online with you. I hope we answered some of your questions and entertained you just a little.
Yes.
And maybe we'll do this again in another few months.
Yeah.
Okay.
A nice eye roll. Yeah. Oh, we didn't play no games.
Oh, they wanted charades again.
Okay. So.
Okay.
I'll do one charade.
Scandal!
Huh?
No!
What was it?
I'm not going. Bye, everybody. Have a
No, there was something. Get your hand out. What was it?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You're not even gonna guess?
No, because my mind is not going in a place I want
Oh
to
my
say
God.
verbally.
Patty's right. It's a one-eared elephant.
Anyway. Yes, I have my Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, it's gonna go.
So how come Patty can guess a one-eared elephant and you're just like so? Yeah.
I'm a little uptight. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Bye. Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see you later.
Okay. Play the outro.
Play the exit now.